In this episode of Travels with the Bondi Vet, Chris gets lost in one of Chile's best-kept secrets.
Pardon, excuse me. ¿Dónde está subida artillería?
Encounters some not-so-friendly locals in Thailand.
That was an organised hit, right?
Steps back in time to master the Middle Ages.
Come on, Christopher, you can do better than that.
And finds out what the future of nightlife looks like in technological Tokyo.
They always say that robots are going to take over the world, but I never thought they'd be able to do that. Hard to believe this place really isn't on the tourist trail. The moment I arrived in Chile, everyone said, you have to come to Valparaiso. Hola.
Hola.
45 hills clustered with eclectic architecture overlooking the Pacific Ocean. It's just a 2-hour drive northwest of Chile's capital, Santiago. Lonely Planet calls this Latin America's most unusual city.
Everywhere you look, there's colour, there's music, and there are these laneways and streets that just seem to go everywhere. I had a friend that came here and they said, if you want the best view in town, you have to go to 389 Subida Artilleria. Finding it, though, is probably going to be the biggest challenge of all.
Can a guy find a specific address in this Chilean maze with no map, no Spanish, and no idea?
¿Cómo está?
Hola.
¿Dónde está? No, where that is?
Claro, ahí después de llegar allá.
Got it. Hola. Can you tell me? Do you know where that is?
Para allá.
Is that way? I'm going the wrong way. Excellent. Pardon. Pardon, excuse me. ¿Dónde está subida artillería?
I gotta say, my faulty tower Spanish is the one thing slowing me down.
Hola, lindas. Te puedo besar.
¿Sí? Kiss. Kiss.
Kiss. Muchas gracias.
Valparaiso is Chile's cultural capital. It's full of sailors, students, artists, and eccentrics. So you never know who's just around the bend.
Hola.
Hola.
Because you know, back in Australia, he'd get arrested for doing this.
No, but here is very welcome because the city, you know, is very spontaneous. Like people start building houses here because they were running away from the tsunami. So it was very informal and then tried to make the house pretty with colors and paintings.
And so it's a city that allows your imagination to be
sure.
shown through the walls, through the music. Through,
Encouraged. Yes.
Okay.
La belleza o la alegría.
The beauty of life.
Adios. Muchas gracias.
I'll be honest, this already feels like I'm halfway up the Andes, and I'm not a huge fan of heights. But as far as I can tell, this address is up there.
Are you serious?
Is it safe? What's wrong with like a normal lift or a set of stairs?
This elevator from hell is actually a heritage-listed funicular, built in the rickety 1800s. In these parts, it's everyday public transport, but it's one of the world's 100 most endangered historical treasures.
Is this safe? Is it safe?
The only thing that feels endangered is me.
Socorro! Socorro! That's ridiculous. Do you get this every day?
Yeah.
Muchas gracias. Right. Followed all my instructions of come up the funicular. This view just shouldn't be too far away. Hola.
Hola.
Do you know where this is? Here.
Conception Hill y Happy Hill.
Okay. All right. Not here. They say life's not about the destination, it's about the journey. But that's clearly said by someone that never actually got to their destination. That's not going to be me. I will find this view. Everything you read about Valparaiso talks about it being a photographer's paradise. In a way, it's true. It doesn't have the reputation of, say, Venice or the Cinque Terre, but there is literally a shot around every corner. It's amazing.
Last year, this little port was voted one of the world's most underrated cities. And I'm beginning to understand why. I've been lost most of the day, but the locals here are so friendly, I'm happy to try a door knock.
Hola.
Hola, hola.
¿Cómo está?
Bien.
You speak English? Habla inglés.
I will say I will try.
You try.
Come in, please.
Really?
Really?
You sure?
Sure, why not?
Thank
I'm
you.
not going to leave you outside.
Gracias. Come in.
This way.
Ah, hola. How are you?
Francisca.
Chris. Do you play?
Did I play? Yes, a little bit.
This instrument in Australia terrorises many parents of school children.
Why?
In Australia, we call this a recorder. Amazing.
It's going to take a long time, I guess. See, how are you going to play something like that?
Can you play this for me?
Yes.
Can we do it? Can we do a duet? You probably took over a bit there. I was there, but just on a lower level than you, so you couldn't hear me, but you were very good.
Now remember, I'm tracking an address that a mate of mine reckons has the best view in Valparaiso.
Seems like the more we search, the further we seem to get away from this view. Hola. I'm getting directions, but we need to get serious about this because time's ticking away. Sun's going to set soon.
But first, una memento. Everyone in this town has their own style, so it's time to find mine.
Hola.
Quiero sombrero.
¿Está bien?
Yeah? I'd like a hat.
Eres muy alto, muy grande tu cabeza.
Was that a big... I have a big head?
Yes.
That translates.
Este es sombrero de guaso.
For Wasso. That's a cowboy.
Hey, cowboy.
I hope you're ready, Valparaiso, because the Chilean cowboy has just ridden into town. I really need that horse. You're not going to believe it. We're here. It should be just one of these. 389. Apparently on the other side of this building here, the whole city just opens up to this amazing vista. Don't. 389, Subida Artilleria, and they're not home. It's not ending here. Oh, no, it's not over. You know, it's probably very Valparaiso of me to say this, but maybe the best view in Valparaiso is actually the view you get on the way to the supposed best view in Valparaiso. In the meantime, this one's not bad. You hear stories about those big crime capitals of the world, you know, the places where you and your possessions just are not safe. Well, there's one here in Thailand which I feel you need to know about. People said I shouldn't come here. It just was not the right thing to do. Well, I feel that you need to know about this place and its major crime gangs.
This place is Lopburi, about 150 kilometres north of the Thailand capital, Bangkok. If you're ready for the challenge, it's about a 90-minute trip by road, or there are daily trains. These cheeky outlaws are the ringleaders behind all the trouble in town. 26,000 people live in the district, but 2,000 monkeys cohabit with them, all within 1 square kilometre.
All right, it's time for my first meeting with Lopburi's infamous crime families. I like monkeys, but the amount of stories I've heard about when things can go wrong here, I've been told to be a little bit nervous. The great thing for me is when you travel to another country and you want to experience their wildlife, normally you do it from a distance with a camera lens, and that's your only contact with wildlife. But here, it's different. It's something you won't forget.
This beautiful 17th century Khmer shrine used to be the big tourist draw card. Now, the majority of visitors come here for the out-of-control macaques, not the history lesson.
The thing about them is that they provide so much tourism for the town that the locals really treasure them, and they consider it bad luck to do anything bad to the monkeys. So they like you to respect them and show them a good time.
The tribe first came here out of the forest because of the food offerings made from the locals to Buddha. These days, there's not a word of thanks from the little rascals.
It's not manners, that's not the Buddhist way.
The monkeys are divided between the temple dwellers and the urban squatters. It's a concrete jungle, and helping them to survive is Edwin Week, the founder of the Wildlife Friends Foundation in Thailand.
Now, feeding wild animals is usually not good, but over here it's okay because they're not really wild animals.
Well, they'd struggle without this sort of feeding, wouldn't they?
They wouldn't be able to survive without handouts.
Yeah, it's a hell of a handout too.
You have to be careful. These naughty residents do bite.
Oh, he's right. Oh, you're again. Oh.
And they can carry nasty diseases.
Hepatitis A, B, herpes, tuberculosis. I mean, just a few reasons to stay away from them, actually. That one is biting. Stop biting me. You see, that's a bigger guy.
Oh. That was an organised hit, right?
The monkeys are so important to Lopburi's economy that statues have now been erected in the main street in their honour.
Because of the powerful effect these guys have in bringing tourists into Lopburi, the locals now put on an annual buffet, an all-you-can-eat feed as a way of saying thank you. Happens in November, been going since 1988. They're always in need of a good feed.
So these strange ambassadors are definitely good for business, but there is some serious downside for the Lopburi locals. The monkeys steal everything. The residents are forced to put security bars up on their homes to keep them out. Cars are constantly vandalised, and unwelcome stowaways are always being discovered.
Honestly, once you get over the whole idea of being literally molested by monkeys for hours, having your hair pulled, getting love bites, this is a truly incredible experience. What do you want? And just something you can do nowhere else in the world. And for me, I would make the 1.5 hour drive from Bangkok to experience this. But that's just me. What are you doing? What are you doing now? Travel is all about escaping that 9-to-5 grind, but some people, well, they're not content to just go on holidays. They need to take it that one step further and go to another century. And I'm about to meet about 30,000 of them.
Behold, the Abbey Medieval Festival. It's your chance to experience life as it was 600 years ago. It's held in Caboolture, about an hour north of Brisbane, and trust me, people take it really seriously.
I'm Edward de Roos of Castle Kendall in Northumbria.
Well, I'm a Viking.
While medieval favourites like the plague and the famine have been banished, there are a few nods to the present day.
The festival still boasts ye olde FPOS. It also has thine 3G mobile reception to check thy feudal Facebook. And we also have coffee Can I actually have a triple shot of decaf mocha with a twist of lemon and a little hint of chai? At the medieval festival, you don't just sit on the sidelines, you immerse yourself into it. And I don't want to be a medieval minion, I want to be a master of the Middle Ages. To do that, I'm going to set myself some tasks.
First up, food. Filling, but hardly a historical high point. Next, the courtly art of dance.
Me?
My two left feet score me a hey nonny low.
Be honest, John and me, dressed like I am I more likely to be shooting an arrow or being shot at?
No. You're likely to be being shot at. You are now what is commonly known in the vernacular as a target. The shot is at the small creature, which is Reynard the fox. Feral animal.
I like Reynard.
Be strong, my lord. Pull back. Further, my lord. Well done, my lord.
I'm sorry, Reynard.
Reynard runs no more.
Maybe what this wayward archer needs is a Marion maid.
Of all the tests of manliness you see around thee, is there one that stands out as being thy toughest?
I guess if you wanted masculinity, it would be how a man can handle his sword.
Challenge accepted.
Ladies and gentlemen, Christophe Lebrun, well, bastard son of an Englishman and a Scotswoman.
That's a bit harsh, methinks.
Holds ground here at St. Michael's Abbey. My Lord Sir Leon Sinclair of Scotland comes to challenge.
And he's a lot bigger than we thought.
That's a bad sign when you can barely move. And more importantly, I can hardly see. All I can see is this massive, shiny man who wants to kill him. Let's get it over and done with.
For honor, LA!
Come on, Christopher, you can do better than that. Does he yield?
Well done.
You beat me convincingly. What does this mean?
You're at my ransom, my mercy.
Cue task 5.
There was no part of my contract that involved oil.
You actually have to put the oil inside your trousers now.
You are not serious.
We are.
What sort of freak show is this?
It's not.
I'd like to introduce to you Chris Brownhart, who is going to challenge Sophia, one of the finest Turkish oil wrestlers of the Ottoman Empire.
The objective is to get your opponent on his back. Being covered in oil makes that pretty much impossible.
That doesn't look weird, does it?
I think you won, Chris.
I think Chris won.
A big oily hug. If New York is the city that never sleeps, then Tokyo is the city of crazy dreams.
Our good friends at Japan Airlines have flown me here to this amazing city, Tokyo. Just a 10-hour flight from Australia. And I'm up for a nocturnal adventure in Shinjuku, the city's neon heart. Within it is an area they call Kabuchinko, Tokyo's biggest entertainment district.
So apparently if I'm really going to take on Tokyo by night, I'm going to need some help. Everyone said I need to find a guy called The Fixer, but he said to meet me in a place called Piss Alley. Should I be worried?
Its official name is Memory Lane, but the locals, they prefer the nickname. It's full of tiny restaurants.
Just looking for The Fixer.
Shinji, the Fixer, is the ultimate Tokyo guide.
I just want to know one thing straight away. Why is it called Piss Alley?
This place used to be in a black market. It used to smell like VISF.
I'm sure Tokyo has a lot of very nice restaurants. Why did you choose here?
I thought this is the best place to start the night.
What are these?
How adventurous you are.
Oh, no. It's kidney, isn't it?
Good guess.
You know what I need after that? I need a strong drink.
Yeah.
Lead the way. It's just buzzing, isn't it?
A bar crawl here is ambitious.
God, look how many bars there are.
In fact, there are 200 tiny bars in 6 very narrow streets.
So all these little lights here, they're all different bars.
Each bar is like maybe 4 or 5 seats.
They're tiny.
Shinji's favourite
This one?
is miso soup. A Marilyn Monroe-themed hole-in-the-wall.
Hello, konnichiwa.
That serves sangria?
This is what we, love because, so close, to people.
Who is obsessed with Marilyn Monroe here? You love her? That's why you have blonde hair, right? Hang on. You just rolled. Roller skates. You okay? You're just learning, aren't you?
So with Marilyn back on her feet,
Check this out.
Shinji's taking me from tiny Tokyo bars to the biggest thing in town, right in the heart of the red light district. It's called the Robot Restaurant.
Wow.
And it's the latest addition to nighttime Tokyo.
Have a look at this.
This is dinner and a show. Although I'm not quite sure what kind of show.
I'm quite nervous. I don't really know why.
At the end of last year, the Robot Restaurant made international headlines when $100 million and 3 years of construction resulted in what you see before you. A robot cabaret.
I didn't think that robots and dinosaurs were ever really in the same time period.
It is bizarre, but you can't help but join in. Japan is a world leader in robot technology.
Don't be shy!
So 3.6-metre fembots make perfect sense.
They always say that robots are going to take over the world, but I never thought they'd be able to do that.
It's only been one night, but it is a night that I will never forget.
Trust me, the electricity running through this city is nothing on the energy you'll need to survive just one wild night.